guys, it's Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. And if you love all things Korean skincare, please consider hitting subscribe anytime during this video if you want to see more from me. So today is actually one of my favorite kinds of videos, which is Empties. This is where I get to share with you all the skincare that I have completely used up. I'm going to share with you guys some final thoughts about the products and, if I think that they're worth it or not. Now, this is my favorite kind of video for a couple of reasons. Number one, it just keeps me using up my products. It really motivates me to use them up through the end and be responsible because look, I own a lot of skincare, right? But number two, I think it serves a greater purpose. Here's the thing. Currently right now, yeah, there is a lot of issues in the greater beauty space with transparency, trustworthiness, honesty, right? Obviously that's always kind of a thing. But just personally speaking, I feel like we don't always share the full picture, especially when we review products, because we usually talk about things when they're new, right? When we just started using them or we just started testing them or it's only been a month or a few weeks, right? And I don't know, there's just something about when you share something that is empty, you get a really full picture review. And it just shows you what influencers and YouTubers and skincare enthusiasts are really using, really loving, or maybe just really pushing through to empty. So I just feel like it kind of is completing the full picture of products. So that rant is over. Give the video a big thumbs up if you're so ready to get started. First up is the Iope Bio Intensive Essence. Now, I really like this product a lot. This is the first bottle I've tried of this, and it was pretty much love at first use. It is so deeply hydrating for the skin. It is a hydration bomb. It feels so great. It sinks in the skin really, really easily, but just really replenishes the skin. As far as ingredient highlights, we've got some brightening niacinamide in here. There's green tea, lots of really great antioxidants in here, pretty minimal formula as well, so very sensitive skin friendly. This is a traditional essence, so this would go on in between toner and serum, and I just really enjoyed this. This actually, for those familiar with the Primera Miracle Seed Essence, this is very, very similar in function and feel on the skin. So really, really lovely essence from Iope. It's one of those products that I loved immediately when I started using it, and I started slamming through the bottle really quickly. It was half gone, and I was no, must save the beautiful essence. And so I took it out of my skincare basket, put it on a shelf. I'm it's so silly, but I find myself doing that with products I really like, but maybe I don't have a backup of it. As I get really that scarcity mindset, must hoard, must save. And it's why are you doing this? Just use it, enjoy it, be abundant, relish the product. You know what I mean? It is meant to be used. It is not meant to be hoarded. The ever popular Missha Time Revolution First Treatment Essence. Another product that I found myself hoarding, saving. So silly. But I actually did repurchase this, so I felt confident using up the rest of this particular bottle. Now, this product, I really like that. Obviously, I repurchased it. I really like this. I actually first tried this product back in 2015, 2016, and this product's gone through quite a few different reformulations, and I think back then it was actually the very first version of this essence, and I remember really liking it then. I remember it made my skin just overall healthier, a little bit more brighter, kind of more even complexion. I feel like it hydrated my skin really nicely. I remember all those benefits, but it was just kind of pricey for me at the time. So fast forward, I purchased this from Olali. It took me a while to open it up, but I finally opened this up and I was oh yes, I remember this. I remember why I enjoyed this so much back then. It's a very minimal ingredients list. Everything seems to serve a purpose. There's some really great barrier supportive ingredients in here as well. I like the texture of this because, some first essences feel so thin. You just put it on your skin, it almost feels like it just disappeared, right? This has that thinness to it, that lightweight, featherweight feel on the skin, but there is quite a bit of hydration. This is not that first essence that just disappears. It's still so lightweight. It's so easy to layer skincare on top of it, but it just brings some good kind of starting hydration into your routine that not every first essence has. I have 2 toners here that I emptied. First is Scenic, the simple calming toner. You know, I was really excited to get this because this is one of those toners that's really popular, especially I think in Korea it's very popular. It's a fairly affordable toner. It's a really minimal ingredients list and it just gets rave reviews, right? So I kind of get like, I kind of see this all over the place, and so I was like, I was just like, I want to try this. And you know what? It's okay. This is not a bad product by any means whatsoever, but I have to tell you, this is not the type of product that impressed me enough to really motivate me to want to purchase it again. For somebody like me who just really, really deeply craves a lot of hydration, this toner just kind of missed the mark for me. It's very, very watery. It's very kind of thin textured toner, no moisture, no balance. This one it's just purely hydrating, but it just doesn't feel like it goes real deep into the skin. And when you're dehydrated, you really need that deep diving type of hydrating toner to really get in there, right? This isn't that. I think that this could serve as a really nice, simple, hydrating toner, very sensitive skin friendly for a lot of people. I just really don't think it's good for dehydrated skin, but I'll tell you what, I did finish this bottle. You know what I mean? Like, this is not a bad product that was like, oh my gosh, I can't even use this. It's not even serving my skin. I just feel like it could have done better. So this was kind of for me more like a meh. It could be worth it for a lot of people. Just for me, not the most impressive. Etude House Jung 5.5 Relief Toner. And I've gone through a few bottles of this one. I mean, I think I can confidently say that this is like in the realm of top 5 toners for me personally and my skin. I really enjoy this. And honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, it's quite similar to the Scenic toner. You know, it's a very calming, minimal formulation, no frills here, right? It just claims to hydrate and calm the skin, nothing special. But the Jung toner, I personally feel like is a little bit more geared towards dehydrated skin because it's got more of that deeper hydration level to it while still being really thin, lightweight, watery, easy to layer up on the skin with no moisture, no thickness, no greasiness, right? Just pure hydration on the skin. So I really recommend this one. I really like this one. And you know, sometimes skincare that has no frills can really just be so foundational and can really just serve your skin so well. This is one of those foundational, simple, but effective products. By Wishtrend Polyphenols in Propolis 15% Ampoule. You know I talk about this all the time. I talk about this all the time because it's that good. It's that good. I really adore this. Now let me tell you, this is for me something that I reach for when I get acne, when I get those inflamed breakouts, when I get, you know, the redness, when I get the inflammation on my skin. I reach for this serum and it always works. It always works. I have to repurchase this. I have not yet. I almost did, and I took it out of my cart because I'm like, no, you've got a lot of Propolis serums that should be emptied before you start funneling more money into a similar product. Like I was like, just wait, you can get it in a couple of months. I have said in the past, I am guilty, and I will say it, I always trash the name of this product. Because 15% of propolis is not that much propolis. When you have propolis serums with 60%, 80%, this can seem like, why would I want only 15 when isn't more? Not always the case, but like, isn't more? Don't I want more propolis in my products? Why do I want 15%? And I feel you. And that's how I felt about this product for a very long time. I was like, why 15% though? And then I started to realize that it's not really about propolis. It actually contains 59% of Hutainia cordata extract. Like, why is that not in the name? It's clearly like the #1 ingredient here. But it's a funny name, and B, it doesn't have as much name recognition as propolis. So this is pure marketing with the name, right? But fear not, because H. cordata is like the most amazing ingredient for skin that is going through breakouts but is sensitive. you know, because it's got that really great anti-inflammatory benefit, but it really does soothe the skin at the same time. It's very, very gentle, but it's very aggressive towards pimples, but in a gentle way. It brings down the swelling, it brings down the redness, it facilitates healing, it gets those pimples flattened and on their way to being gone. And I have experienced that time and time again with this serum. There is something really magical about that combination. They are working in such beautiful synergy together. I cannot sing its praises enough. It's so reliable. I'm sitting here, I'm like, why didn't I buy this now? Klairs Fundamental Eye Awakening Gel. I received this first bottle here as PR from Wishtrend, so it was sent to me for free, which is great. And it was sent to me during the release when it first came out with the Fundamental Eye Awakening, the Fundamental Eye Butter. So like more creamy, sort of traditional eye cream textured product. And you can use them together or you can use them, you know, sort of separately. And I mostly use them together. The one thing I will say is they're two different sizes though. So if you do use them together, you'll always run out of the Nourishing Eye Butter first. So that doesn't really make sense to me, but whatever. Let me tell you though, when the eye butter ran out and I was left with like a quarter bottle of this gel, I'm like, okay, I gotta use this now. That's when I really started to appreciate this product on its own. This texture, let me tell you, I don't think I've ever used an eye gel before, especially not one that's been effective. This is effective. This is not just a light gel that you just put onto your like eye area and just sort of just gives you like a little spit of hydration and then it disappears off your skin. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like it's like not enough. This is enough, but it still is in that really beautiful, deeply hydrating gel texture. So light, non-greasy, but it does have balance to it, so it doesn't just disappear off the skin. I really find this texture, in the grand scheme of things, fairly unique because it is so lightweight, but it is enough. Those are two things that just in my mind don't go together, but in this product it does. And so just using this on its own, I really started to love it. It took me a while, but I really started to love it. I liked it. I liked it in combination with the eye butter, but on its own, it really does shine. And I did repurchase this, and I actually am using the new bottle now. Next up is the Cosrx Advanced Snail Peptide Eye Cream. I just finished this bottle, and I really like it. You know, I'm not a stranger to a good snail and peptide eye cream. I've been known to like them in the past, but this is quite, in my opinion, top tier. I actually would not hesitate to say this is one of my top favorite products from Cosrx. This is going to hit the classic status, I think. This is a great product. I really like the texture of this product because it is the right kind of mix between hydration and nourishment without being greasy and without being heavy. This is a cream texture, but it spreads across the skin so beautifully, sinks in really well, and it's got this really beautiful, almost cooling kind of hydration effect at first. But then you're left with this really beautiful but light nourishment to it. You know, it is quite balancing for the eye area without being greasy, without being heavy. And this is really nicely protective. I feel like it's enough for my eye area, but it's not overly occlusive. Plus, I mean, it did everything I want an eye cream to do. Now, I really use eye creams as a preventative tool. This is something that's gonna help me maintain my eye area as I get older so I can age well, like I always say, right? So what I want an eye cream to do is A, not make those fine lines any worse. B, I want it to kind of just help preserve the eye area, just kind of keeping it as firm and as elastic as possible, and also help me with some discoloration underneath my eyes. A lot of that is lifestyle induced, diet, sleep, right? But my eye area luckily does respond to some brightening in eye creams. So that's what I look for in my eye creams. This hit all of that. I really liked how it performed for me. And like I said before, I mean, I really think that this is very possibly one of my top favorite products from Cosrx. It's a real winner. I feel like every time I do an Empties video, at least one, if not both of these products are in it, so I'm not going to spend that much time. You know exactly what I'm about to say. Stratia Liquid Golds and Fortify. If you follow my Instagram, my stories, you know, I do share my nightly routines in there, and you know that I use this every single night. I also pretty much use these every single morning as well. There's something really special about these products. Now, liquid gold, ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids, really barrier health focused. Not only is it great if you have a weak or damaged moisture barrier, but it is also something that's going to keep your moisture barrier strong, especially if you use a lot of strong actives in your routine, if you're on tretinoin, if you're just prone to a lot of like weak barrier issues like dehydration. It is great to have these types of ingredients into your routine. I love this because this is literally like a cocktail shot to your skin of exactly what your skin is craving for, what your moisture barrier craves for. Fortify is a really beautiful fatty acid facial blend. Lots and lots of fatty acids, again, very moisture barrier supportive. Plus we've got some really beautiful moisturizing oils in here too. Got a touch of tamanu oil in here. So it's one of those oil blends that's really focused on keeping your skin strong. So it makes it a really smart kind of pairing with the liquid gold. I usually actually mix these two together. If my skin's feeling real rough, I will use them separately. One layer of Fortify first and then a layer of liquid gold. But most days, just like I said, a cocktail shot to my skin of strengthening ingredients. I just mix 2 drops of Fortify into 1 pump of liquid gold. Keeps your skin so stinking strong. And these have been my saviors during my tretinoin journey. Speaking of tretinoin, I emptied a bottle of Curology. I'm on the 2-month plan, so I use my bottle 2 months and then they send me a new one. The last one I did, I think I talked about Curology, was the Curology video. My prescriptions changed slightly since that. The tretinoin and the azelaic acid got bumped up. So currently it's niacinamide 4%, tretinoin 0.02%, and the azelaic acid is at 5%. Now, tretinoin / retinol, right? Like, I always see people talk about how they actually lessen their use in the summertime, and I think that's actually really smart. Tretinoin and retinol, the over-the-counter stuff, you can get quite sensitive to the sun from that because it really is just like constantly exfoliating your skin. So you're gonna be a lot more sun sensitive. Sunscreen is you definitely got to be real diligent, like really on top of it, even more so than you were before you started using these types of ingredients. My schedule with this, very loose. I like to say I do it like every other night, but I have found myself skipping some of those on nights because I just feel like my skin doesn't want it. Does that make sense? So I just kind of like tune into what my skin is telling me, while still trying to apply it like at least 2 times a week, right? I want to stay consistent, but at the same time, I don't want to push my skin into territory it's not ready to go into, right? It's just going to give me full-blown irritation. That's going to make things worse. So I just try to like go with the flow of what my skin tells me, especially in the summertime, especially with the photosensitivity issue. I really tune into that and just pay attention. So still using it, still going strong, but I feel like my application might be a little bit less over the last month or so. Another product I talk about a lot that actually does relate to what we just talked about, sunscreen. So another bottle of Purito Centella Green Level Unscented Sunscreen, bites the dust. Another product that I probably put into nearly every empty video. I've got another one waiting to be open, of course. I've been using this product for basically an entire year. This is my main sunscreen. It is so non-fuss for me because it just agrees with my skin. Even when my skin is irritated, this works for my skin. And dude, there's nothing bad about it, right? There's nothing I can complain about with this one. I just keep buying it. However, I'm not going to be opening that backup bottle that I have just yet because, as you guys know, I just tested out a bunch of new sunscreens for you guys, and I discovered some great ones that I'm also enjoying, some new ones. So I'm going to be using those, loving those, seeing what those can really do for me long term. But Purito is going to always be in my life, and I just can't recommend it enough. It's definitely my #1 sunscreen. Now, body care. I just finished the Derma Daily Moisture Body Lotion. Now, if you guys caught my June favorites video, you know that I've been using their mild moisture body lotion, and that is the unfragranced version. This particular one is fragranced, heads up, artificial fragrance, no essential oils in this one. Rarely will you ever hear me say this. I really like how this smells. Like the queen of unfragranced, like K-beauty. But I will admit, I like the smell of this. I do. It's you know, it's kind of a sweet smell. It's a vanilla baby powder kind of smell, you know. It smells very sweet and fresh, and I do like it. I just feel so weird to be like saying how much I love the scent of this product. I do, and it is quite a medium weight scent. So there have been some times I've like covered myself, like I got out of the shower, covered myself in this, and then ran out to do an errand or something, and I could still smell the lotion on me, like that little faint sweet vanilla scent, and I really enjoyed that. However, I will admit I don't always want to smell like that. The texture, so creamy, really absorbs in the skin nicely, and it's got such good nourishment for the skin that's not greasy, and it's not like a very occlusive cream. You know, it really sinks in, it really gets in there deep. This uses MLE technology, which actually, this is a patented technology that mimics skin's lamellar structure, which is crucial to your moisture barrier. So it's not exactly like ceramides, cholesterol, fatty acids, but it's a really similar effect for your moisture barrier. So good if you're somebody who has dehydrated body skin. I have dry, dehydrated body skin, and I can only use body products with ceramides in it, but this does what a ceramides cream would do for my body skin, so I'm really happy with this. The Cosrx Acne Pimple Master Patch. I like these. They actually are not my favorite pimple patches. I know they are for a lot of people, but there's just a few that that slightly edge ahead of these, like the Purito and the by Wishtrend pimple patches. Those are my main squeeze, but I don't mind a good Cosrx pimple patch. I'll probably get these again because, you know, they're really affordable, right? And they do the job. They have good adherence to the skin, and they suck the gunk out. Like, what more can be said about these? I think that they're a really good pimple patch. So I feel a little weird that I'm including cotton pads, but I'm including cotton pads. This is from Cosrx, their Silky Touch Skin Pack Cotton. Now, you guys know that I'm a really big fan of toner masks, where you soak cotton with your toner or essence and place it all over your face, just like a sheet mask. But it's faster than a sheet mask. It's like 2 to 5 minutes, and it really supercharges your skin. It allows whatever product you soak the cotton with to just kind of get into your skin a little bit deeper, and it's a really great like quick treatment for dehydration or irritated skin. Anyways, what I usually use is 5-layer cotton. That's what you've seen me talk about in the past. there's one very specific brand of 5-layer cotton from a Japanese brand called Cotton Labo that I always use. I think it's Selena. It's like the singer, Selena cotton, 5-layer cotton. And I love those because you peel them apart, and when you soak them, they actually have some stretchability to the cotton. So you can make a little square, really fit like a really wide area on your cheek. And I really love them. I've been using them for so many years. I was curious about these from Cosrx because these the Silky Touch Skin Pack Cotton, these are very specific cotton pads for toner masks. It's kind of like a really thin, almost sponge-like material. This doesn't have stretch to it. Like, you can't make it fit a larger area. These don't really, they just rip if you try to do that. Anyways, I actually started to realize that these have a lot of benefits for toner masks. Number one, that kind of spongy cotton actually really holds a lot more product and delivers it deeply into the skin. I do feel like when I use the Cosrx cotton for toner masks, I can do a toner mask for a little bit longer. When I say a little bit longer, like not like 5 minutes, but like 7 minutes. I don't know. I feel like it holds onto the product just a little bit better. Maybe it delivers it better into the skin. Maybe. I do like that there's a little like curve. I can't believe I'm spending this much time talking about cotton. There's a little nice curve to these, so you can kind of fit them, get them really close to the under eye area without like cotton kind of poking into your eye or around the nose area. You know, if you are looking for cotton pads to do toner masks specifically, but you know, Cosrx is just so more widely available than JBD products are for a lot of us. You know, don't feel bad picking these up. I definitely think that they do the job nicely. Another box of Empties bites the dust. I always get so excited when I empty something. I keep that little this little container on a shelf in my bathroom, and I just like sneak my empties into there, and I always feel so accomplished when I put an empty bottle into that container, and I'm like, yes, I'm one product closer to an Empties video. I really just enjoy them. There's something special about reviewing a product when it's completely empty. You know, it's just a real full picture future review. So I'm curious to know, have you emptied anything recently? Let me know all your thoughts, good, bad, or in between, in the comment box below. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you enjoyed the video and you want to see more from me, please consider subscribing to my channel. I release 2 new Korean skincare focused videos every single week. Turn on notifications because you never know when I'm going to drop a bonus video on you guys. And come join me on Instagram if you haven't already. You want to see a daily dose of K-beauty on your feed and in your stories, and to connect with me on a different platform than YouTube. So I hope you guys are having a really fantastic day. I hope that you are healthy, happy, and safe, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.